You are now tuned into the dopest podcast in the world, Krown Jewels Podcast.
It's the Krown Jewels Podcast. It's the Krown Jewels Podcast. If you know, you know.
Hey, it's Janae the Bay.
Justice for Breonna Taylor.
And you're back on another episode of Krown Jewels Podcast.
What up?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Everybody looks good, so I know y'all feel good.
Yeah.
Yep, good.
Okay.
Go ahead and get this sponsorship shout out of the way. Shout out to our sponsor, Audible, the world's largest Audible library in the world. Why not take time to go ahead and listen to our podcast, listen to other books at this time?
No doubt.
You know, you can get, Audible is now offering a free 30-day trial. Go to www.audibletrial.com/Jules is back.
With an S,
You
not
know,
a Z.
that little
either,
thing, but it's a little Jules with an S, not the Z, because we ain't get up in
we
here.
ain't get out.
Hey. So today we have two special guests in here with us today.
Hey, what up, ladies?
Let's go ahead and clap.
What's up?
There we go. We have Miss Eva Melendez. She is the CEO and founder of Mae Fashion. And then we have Miss Cierra Javon, who is the CEO and founder of Naked and Neutrals.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fashion Week at Krown Jewels.
Yes. And they're serving all the looks. So, and shout out to Gary. He is celebrating his 1-year anniversary. He can't be here with us, so we can hold the fort down for him.
Much
Shout out
love
Gary.
on that.
Happy anniversary. Celebrating Black love.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Black love.
That's beautiful.
It's true.
So, guys, tell us a little bit about you and your collections.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Oh, sure. Okay, so as you introduced me, I'm Cierra Javon, the designer and creative director for Nakeds and Neutrals. It's my brand that I've created. I launched it about a year ago, so it's off its feet a little bit now. It's a loungewear and lingerie brand that's really focused on like elevated basics, minimal loungewear, stuff that you can really feel comfortable in, sexy in at the same time, that feels good to wear. And I'm all about women. It's all about kind of showing women that you can be sexy, but you don't have to do a lot. You know, you can do it in a real sexy, good way. And that's kind of really a gist of what I'm about. So
That's
That's what's up.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, my brand is called Mae Dallas. It's basically custom cut and sew. That's kind of where I started as a base. Basically just showing my skills and talents creatively to everyone else. And I shared that with friends and families first. I started practicing with like some of the ideas they had that they wanted to create and bring to life. And then it turned into a business and to where I have my own website and I can share some of my designs with people. And I also do take custom cut and sew orders. So it's just a joy for me to fulfill my purpose and use my talents and gifts that God gave me. And just build a business off of it.
Shout out to both of y'all because
Thank
your
you.
fashion is beautiful. I've been to your fashion show. But they had a nice little fashion show last year.
That
It
was
was
great.
great. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Great
Such a vibe. And shout out, I'm rocking one of Mae,
Looks
Mae
good.
Dallas's,
Looks real
t-shirts.
good.
Yes,
My
emotionally
emotional
describes me
t-shirt.
perfectly. Perfect.
Shout out to your family, too. I heard you speak of support. You know what I'm saying? That's big.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Coming up, doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah. And
to
I mean,
have some sort of support.
Right.
Right. So what inspired y'all to go ahead and start your collection, step out there and just get out there and do it?
Well, first, I mean, for me, of course, I was afraid. I mean, that's with anyone that's trying to start a business or anything for themselves. But it was finally just trying it, doing it, practicing my craft to where it's perfect. And I mean, it's still not perfect. Of course, we're all still growing.
Right.
But it was just finding happiness too. Like, you know, I was working a job, corporate America, and I just wasn't satisfied. So it was really me digging into myself and figuring out how can I live a purposeful life. And that's when I started sewing and creating more often, and it turned into what I have now. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's dope.
yeah, I think it's similar to what she said, where it's like you kind of find happiness in it. So like when I first bought my first sewing machine, she was in college, by the way, and fashion I did not go to school for, so it's something that I kind of found like later on in life. But once I bought the sewing machine and I found that I really, really enjoy doing it, I knew that that's kind of what I had to do. And it really has kind of turned into something where I can kind of create my own lane. And that's really kind of what I found appealing about fashion and creating my own brand. Because I did blogging for a while. I had a fashion blog, and that kind of, and I thought about influencer role too, because that also plays a big role in fashion, but it just wasn't enough to promote like somebody else's stuff. Like I wanted to create my own. I kind of wanted to create my own lane where it could be like a canvas, a board where I could, dictate, the, set design, what fabrics I wanted, what colors I wanted. It was all something that I could kind of dictate, which I really liked.
Right.
So yeah, that kind of like, it really inspired me when I found that I really, really liked to do it and that I could kind of create something for myself, which I just really, really loved. And that's what inspired me.
Right. That's dope. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to have y'all here. We're going to keep y'all here, keep it rolling. We're going to talk about a few topics, get y'all's input. We're just going to go on rolling with the show. All right, guys. So our first segment is going to be news to me. So Nicki Minaj just announced that she's pregnant.
Why did you make that sound?
Yeah, so congratulations to them, for the first.
I guess.
No, congratulations to her, because she's been wanting that, I feel like, for a while. I feel like
yeah.
she's expressed that, too.
Yeah. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. Nice. That's beautiful. Marriage, baby carriage, her little thing that she had on there.
It is beautiful.
Wait, okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I don't really follow up on, like, celebrities too often.
Me neither.
Is she married?
Yeah.
She's married.
Her husband is Kenneth Petty. But he was recently in jail, right?
Yeah, some little suspecty stuff.
Some suspect stuff. What was it? He didn't register as a sex offender.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No,
he was out in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember reading a tweet about being a sex offender and then having, like, if your child should be with that. I didn't get it, but I understand why it was
a thing.
I had no idea.
It's a big deal.
So
that's crazy.
Shout out to them though, and
shout out to them,
babies,
congrats.
but
it's
who
still
knows?
black love, right?
It is. It's still black love. I hope it ain't true, but then again, we don't know the story behind it.
Right.
So.
Still more power to them. I guess it was just overbearing to me because I look on social media and all I see is like
negative stuff.
Like,
right? Yeah, we see a lot of
Nikki.
negativity.
I don't want to hear about Nikki pregnant.
But she also said she was going to retire now too, which I think she said she was going to retire and have her family now.
Wow.
Which
I was confused by because she was making music.
Right.
So I didn't know if she really meant retire.
Right.
But
I wonder if she really means retire because,
retire
I was a bar when she first came out. After a while, her music to me kind of
got mundane. It's the same.
Yeah, kind of got. But I still like her as a rapper though.
I do too.
But she's not.
She's B5. She just, you know what I'm saying? She slowed down and I think she started believing in herself a little bit too much. Right, with that fame. You know how people get caught up in the fame.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But you got to kind of, I guess, have that cockiness because that's what gets you.
I mean, that's cool. But
and she did pave the way a little bit for a lot of...
I think so,
yeah.
You don't think she paved the way for a new generation?
She was the result of like Foxy. Lil' Kim was the first. You know what I'm saying?
Before her was Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lil' Kim paved the way for Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj, tried to follow her footsteps.
Right.
But the steps was a little too big. But, it's okay.
It is what it is. Hey, congrats, Nikki.
Congrats, Nikki. Okay, so our next segment is going to be the Jewel of the Day. Today for the Jewel of the Day. So I know y'all seen the Kanye West rant 2020. He has multiple rants.
Yeah,
how could you not miss that? For anybody that hasn't seen it, you can find it anywhere. Just type Kanye West rant 2020. But it's pretty much just him going off about God knows what. I don't even know. There were so many things that popped up during that rant.
Yeah. It was difficult to watch.
It was hard to watch. I didn't even watch the whole thing.
At his little rally. This was at his rally.
His campaign rally in South Carolina.
And then he'd been going off on the tweet too. You know what I'm saying? On the Twitter. Yeah.
So
that's crazy. I love Kanye.
Where are we?
Let me just start by saying I love Kanye. I really do. I recently put a post in my story saying boycott Kanye, just only in the aspect of presidency. Not
I agree.
Kanye completely. I love Kanye as an artist, music artist. He's great. He's inspiring. The stuff that he puts out is great. Sunday Service Choir is great. But it's just, I had to watch the full video because at first I only saw short clips on Instagram, which is not really fair to just put short clips and then everyone else's comment on it. You have to really watch the whole video and hear what he's saying. I wouldn't say everything he said was wrong. I think it's okay to express yourself.
Right.
And that kind of has to do with the emotional T.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
It's okay to be emotional.
Right.
It just wasn't the right platform.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think his delivery wasn't all that great either.
Well, my thing is, like, just spit the shit out. Like, you have, obviously, there's some issues at home in dealing with the Kardashians. There's something going on, and it's something that's beginning to cave in on them. You know what I'm saying? Go on and spit it out, bro. Just spit it out, lay it out, so we can stop looking at you crazy and stop dismissing you, so we can understand, okay, this is where you're at.
Well,
this is your perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know she came out and said that he is handling, going through bipolar disorder.
Yeah, I mean, it's documented that he has mental health issues.
Yeah. So do you think Kim is supporting him enough through this?
I don't know what to think.
I mean, there's only so much, though, that you can
That's
do to support. Because, I mean, Kanye is Kanye, so he's going to do, I mean, nobody can stop him from doing what he wants to do. But it's like, I'm sure Kim is trying to do her best to help him in that situation, you know, to try to help him. But it's like, there's only so much. Yeah.
Mental health is so real.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
My mom actually is going through bipolar and other things that she was diagnosed with growing up as a child. And I was an only child, so I understand how hard it is to support a family member.
Yeah.
There's nothing, honestly, what you can do. Like, and Kim did write a post and posted it about, like, her side of it. And she said she is doing the best that she can, which makes sense. But you can't stop someone from going through their episodes or anything like that. You have to let it ride through. All you can do is just be there, honestly.
Be there for them. Yeah, and I've seen some of that too, like, you know, here recently with like family and stuff, like the mental health part of it, and then also like with me, I know we talked in other podcasts, like we spoke about mental health, and especially within the Black community, and you know how hard it is for, I guess, us, because we don't really, it's not a thing. I feel like a lot of people don't look at it as a thing in the Black community. It's more looked at in, you know, in other communities, and it's okay, and it's, you know, taken care of, and they go to therapy and everything like that. But in the Black community, it's, you know, shut down. But also like Tamar Braxton, you know, shout out to her. I'm glad she's doing better. But she attempted suicide, or made an attempt. Suicide attempt. So I guess my question is mental illness taken too lightly in the entertainment industry? Like, and also between with like DMX as well, you know, he also suffered from bipolar. So do you feel like it's being taken too lightly, and we're not really listening enough to their cries for help?
With Tamar, as your mom would tell you, man, sit your ass down. Like, I think she needed a break after her deal with Vince, after all the things she's been through. You've never seen her just shot back from the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? And I think she craves that attention, but at the same time, it's the same thing that's killing her. You know what I'm saying? So there's not a balance. You know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's very hard sometimes, I feel like, for other people to put themselves like in her role and see what she's going through, because you only see what you see from Instagram or, like, you know, the media. So it's hard sometimes to be like, oh yeah, she's actually going through something too, but she might be, you know, and you know, I hope that, you know, she's doing a lot better than before. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad she's doing better. You know, it was a sad thing to hear, but I feel like we, I guess, excuse it more. Or it's not really excused, but we just don't pay more attention to it. Same thing with like Kanye. Like, I know I've seen a lot of tweets and stuff, people making fun of him for his rant and like talking about him. This is not a time like to laugh, and you know, especially with the Black, like, we're supposed to be trying to be united and stick together, especially at this point in time. Not, you know, laughing at somebody for going through something you may not understand. So I definitely don't think what Kanye is going through is funny. I personally, I like his music. I guess wasn't a big fan of his, only because before, I know, the passing of his mom, like, he just seemed, I guess, childish in a way, like this, the way that his reactions to things and things that would happen. But I feel like also after his mom passed, that's when he just started to go through that decline. And maybe his mom was that one person that like helped him kept him in check. And now that she's gone, now it just seems like it's, you know.
Is it possible that we underestimate the power of the Kardashian clan and the entertainment, and their being able to be tacticians and way they can control a narrative?
Or if they're doing it, or if something about part of their lifestyle that's driving these men crazy. Because I saw a post and they were like, had all their exes.
Kardashian curse.
Kardashian curse. And every man they come across, they come up with some mental issue. Like Lamar Odom, what's his name? Last name Scott Disick. Even the brother, like the men that just surrounded that family. And now, you know, Bruce Jenner's Caitlyn, like the men in the family. I mean, no, shame. But like the men in their
That
family.
pressure, man. Can you think just coming into that immense pressure to keep this image up? It's like, we can't have no losses, y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is not reality at all.
No, it's not. So then can you then understand where he might dip into reality and then dip into this? He's mostly living this Kardashian world or whatever. And sometimes he goes back and forth and put that with the bipolar and the depression and all these other issues.
Yep.
Like, you're going to get like, shit.
I feel like there's something.
And I do wonder if he's taking, like, you know, the steps to be mentally healthy, you know, because there are, you know, I've witnessed bipolar, and it is something that sometimes you just don't have, you can't have a grip on unless you take the steps towards, like, actually medication and stuff. So I wonder, like, in my mind, I'm wondering if that's something that he's doing or if it's a result of, like, not taking care of, you know, because he was doing very well for a good stint of time. Like, I was like, you know what, okay, Kanye, you know,
When he came out with his gospel
the kids,
stuff,
you know, it was fine. But again, you're only looking,
That's
you're only
true.
looking at it from
one point
I
of
can
view.
only speculate.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some witchcraft going on in the Kardashian family. I don't know. It's like everyone they touch or everything they touch is just, it's something. It's always something.
Can be ruled by.
I did want to say to the question of entertainment, kind of, or the entertainment business not paying enough attention to mental health. I think that's so true. I think entertainment business is, they focus more on what people want to see and like push that, and it's kind of goes into like beauty too. I mean, anything that's a flaw, they push aside or try not to look at, and I feel like that's how they treat mental health, and that's just not healthy.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not healthy, and we need to really like start, I guess, being there for each other as much as we can, because I know, like you said, there's not much we can do, but kind of be there and kind of help you and get you to the help that you need. But it definitely needs to be talked out and sought out, and they should definitely seek that help. So, you know, everybody, hey, I'm all for therapy. I'm a big therapy advocate. I know the Black community is not a good, you know, a lot of people don't like to just say like, hey, I go to therapy, or hey, I'm getting help that I need or whatever, but there is nothing wrong with it. I'm here to tell you it is great. It will definitely help you.
And therapy is just talking it out. Like, that's all you got to do. Just say it.
Just
don't hold
without
on
being
to
judged,
it.
without being embarrassed. Yeah,
Yes.
It just helps
get it out.
Yeah, and I feel like also, but I feel like more so, I guess it's harder, I want to say maybe for men. I don't know if James, you can comment on that. Like if it's harder for men to go to therapy and get that help, or if they're more.
I think so, but I think that's also where it's good to be surrounded by good brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like I even tell my people, I just need to get out and be around the men so I can talk some men shit.
Right.
And get that off of me for the week. So now I don't treat y'all all rough, and that's not by I'm just trying to do it. It's just I need to go be a male. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Especially with me having 2 girls, 2 daughters, I'm surrounded by, you know what I'm saying? All day long, every day.
Yeah. Right. Well, hey, I hope everybody gets the help they need. You know, Tamar, I
No
hope you
doubt.
continue to get better. Kanye, you know, I hope you go ahead and get, you know, you're able to get the help you need as well, and you get better. And I hope that they're able to, I guess, pull it together for the kids' sake, because I know now there's talks of them possibly getting a divorce.
They have a lot of kids together now.
Yeah. So
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of paperwork. A lot of money,
Right.
paperwork, a
Big,
share
yeah.
split.
I'm sure
that's
the
a
house
lot.
is big enough for you to just be on one side.
Be on the West Wing, you be on the
Right.
East Wing.
Or she could be in LA and he could be in Wyoming.
You know, they have more
Right.
than one house, I'm sure.
Right.
And the show
something.
goes on. You know what I'm
So they're
saying?
gonna continue, yeah. All right, y'all. So dope shit. Okay, so did y'all check out the Verzuz battle with Snoop and Dmx?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
That was my childhood right there. Yeah.
I'm sad I didn't get to watch it live. I always think it starts at 9. I don't know what's wrong with my brain.
Is it like Eastern Central? Like,
Yeah,
what?
like I was
always
never
miss it.
sure. So I logged on at 9 and then it was over. I was like, oh, that was it. So I went back and watched the clips, but even from the clips, like I could feel the vibes. Like
Yeah, it was
just
definitely dope.
nothing.
I
Yeah,
could tell it was a good vibe.
yeah, it looked like a good vibe. Snoop Dogg all the way though.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It wasn't even more about the competition. It was just about the whole
Two
vibe
legends,
and the whole,
yeah.
and being able to see DMX actually sober. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
He was tired and out of shape, but you know what I'm saying? Them jams though. You know.
See, that was another thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, why they making fun of DMX? At least he's healthy and good. He working
Right,
on him.
right.
But people was like talking about how he gained weight. I was like, but leave the man alone.
Everybody gains weight.
Everybody gains weight. And it's in a
Quarantine.
quarantine.
Wait.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's no judgment here. You know, 2020 cannot be judged, you know, for your body.
Right.
I mean, period, you shouldn't be
Yeah,
judged.
shouldn't be
but
X'd out.
I was like, you know, at least DMX is out here,
Yeah,
you know.
he's out there. He did his thing,
He
you know
did
what
his
I'm saying?
thing. The only thing I thought was funny, though, I'm not going to lie, was the fact when they tried to freestyle at the end. I was like, DMX, I don't know, this is not your scene. This is not your scene. But he
trying
tried,
to
though.
be, yeah.
It
And I like
was still cool.
Snoop was encouraging him. I like that
He
as well.
was, yeah.
He was
See, and
having
that
fun,
uplifted each
too.
other, you know.
But you know,
they were having
and then
fun.
another perspective of it is, you know what I'm saying, just even him encouraging it probably made him a few more dollars, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure
That's
streams
true. Oh, yeah.
increased after these verses, you know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
that weren't necessarily into these artists, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. I went back. I thought I had some of their songs on my phone, and I
Yeah.
didn't. So I went and downloaded. I was like, everything I heard, I was like, add that to my
Right,
library.
right.
That one too.
That was
So,
a couple
yeah.
dollars for
All
him.
of them.
Yep, I'm gonna be bumping them when I leave here for sure. Did y'all check out Fatal Affair with Nia Long and Omar Epps
So-
on Netflix?
I've seen some of it, and it just it's like a lifetime. It's like a typical lifetime movie, though,
really
in my
is.
opinion.
It was.
And I want more for like our Black movies, so it was just kind of a little underwhelming, but a good movie because I love Nia Long and I love
Right.
both of them. So it's like I like to see them both kind of back in the spotlight. But it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good watch.
I hadn't seen it, but I know
You
know,
didn't watch it?
I couldn't because after I started reading so many reviews, I was like, I don't want to. That's gonna diminish something. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
But I know Netflix will throw something out there every now and again. You know what I'm saying? You be like, what was
That's
this
a
shit?
gem.
Yeah.
you gonna go watch it later on. I mean, you in quarantine and stuff. You got time, so you
We'll
go
see.
watch it one of these days.
I'd rather watch the little Japanese movies with the translations. The little karate movies.
Hey, did you watch it?
I did watch it. I liked it. It was entertaining enough to watch.
Okay.
As I would say that. That's
So
all.
your
It was
opinion might sway
entertaining
me.
enough
There
to
goes
watch.
a victory right there.
Yeah.
I was like, it was something to watch. Now, would I have paid to see it in the movie theaters?
I would have been disappointed.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I would have been horribly disappointed. It was just something to watch on like a Friday night.
So did you watch the reviews and then go
I
watch the
saw a
movie?
few of the
So
reviews.
did you kind of know a little bit?
I kind of saw
What the
some
reviews
reviews,
are?
but I think I watched it like the first, like maybe the night or the night after it came out. So I saw what some people said, but I was like, oh, you know, it's Nia Long. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
It's my opinion too. So you're like, let me see for myself.
Exactly, because
True
you never
story.
know. Yeah,
It was
so-
predictable.
It was very
unpredictable.
predictable.
But
Oh,
it
no.
was, it was still entertaining.
And they all
Look,
said,
I'm swaying one back and
Watching
forth there. I don't
anything
know
at
if
this
I was
point.
watching
I
it.
mean, if you've seen like Intruder, the Good Deeds, stuff like
See,
that.
I wasn't
like,
interested in
Is
that.
Obsession?
Obsession,
With
yeah.
It's the same.
The same storyline, pretty much. You know, a successful couple meets somebody crazy trying to kill them, and then
Or
they.
what's that movie with Jennifer Lopez? You know what I'm talking about? And she had to get away from him. It was like her attacker.
Was he like a police officer?
Something like that.
Yeah, he was
like
a professional.
white man.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
lived in
Oh,
a nice
Enough?
house.
That's probably what it is. But after that,
But it reminded me of that too.
I stopped watching those
Yeah.
storylines after that. Let's say that.
Yeah. I mean, it was something to watch, but shout out to Nia Long because you know.
Oh, no doubt.
She
Nia
still look
Long
good.
Still look good.
So I'll watch it.
Yes, you
I'll go
have to.
support it. I'll go give him a view.
You should. And I know a lot of people are making fun of Omar Epps for playing that
Crazy-
character,
that crazy.
crazy
I thought that was stepping out because I was like, wait, I don't know if I've seen him do too many of those roles.
right.
Now, I mean, just thinking about it. So I was like, honestly, it's kind of interesting to see him play
Look
played
like
it well.
something different. You did?
I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it either. I didn't think he did like a terrible job or like it was fun because people were like laughing at him trying to be serious. I didn't think it was.
There were a lot
funny
of
either.
YouTube videos making fun of him.
Yeah, I thought he did fairly decent.
Yeah, he did
I mean,
a
and he
job.
would just look really crazy.
The role?
It was perfect, perfect casting. But yeah, it was all right. The ending's always, you know, the same. Who knows? So I guess we gonna get into Bay Talk.
Let's get into it.
Little.
The most
I don't know,
juicy
intro yet.
section.
So, yes, the little intro section. Okay, let's do it. So, did y'all hear about the Jill Scott situation with the NFL linebacker?
I didn't know.
His name is Kyle
Spill the
Quiro.
tea.
Yes, let me spill the tea. I got it. He posted a tweet saying basically people are still attracted to Jill Scott, or asking people like, why are y'all still attracted to Jill Scott? And but later on he came back and he apologized. He's like, my bad. But the main thing that I captured from it was he said his comments were distasteful and unbecoming of a black man to speak negatively of a black woman under any circumstance, was his apology. So shout out to your apology, I guess. Not really, because I feel like people say things and then when they
Right.
know they fuck up, they're like, oh damn, let me throw out
Fix
this.
it.
But it's really what they
fix it.
meant at the time.
Yeah, like you
Right.
really meant that because it was 3 separate messages, tweets that he sent out about it, and
Gotta
then
stand on it.
yeah. So I mean, if that's really how you feel, but my thing is, so my main question is, why are men so judgmental of women's appearances?
I think it's a learned thing. But you go first. Sorry.
I was just listening. I was just gonna listen. I wasn't gonna answer.
That's a good question.
I mean, even if women can say, like, even if they've been in a past relationship, not even just just body type, but I can mean even like by hair. Like if you cut your hair too short, or some men believe like long hair means you're beautiful, or if you have a nice shape, that means you're beautiful. Like I've had like boyfriends in the past that would tell me like, hey, if you cut your hair short, like.
It's over.
Like it's
Something
over.
like that.
Yeah, because if I wanted a dude, I would go get me a dude. I was like, but damn, I don't look like a dude.
I think in that
So-
in that instance, then you're already looking for an out. If you know what I'm saying,
Right.
hey, baby, can you do this? Can you do that? So I can like you better. Nah, you're already looking for an out.
Exactly.
When it comes to this situation, I think that was just his preference. I don't know why he even would say anything like, if you don't like her, you don't like her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's already enough that dealing with your athlete. So the notion is that you probably got a white lady at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now it begins to think, well, shit, are you a reverse racist or something? Like, what's the deal? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it can go down a real rabbit hole. It's also learned behavior, what you've seen, how many videos. And when I was young, it went from gangster videos to shaking ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different vibe. And then just think with all the social media and being able to access all the stuff on your phone, what you see every day, the IG models, the Facebook models. Like even with MySpace, it wasn't about looking on there and seeing if somebody was shaking ass. It was about what type of theme song you had on your profile.
Right, yeah.
profile.
You know what I'm saying?
What was your
I
theme in your
missed that
profile?
So you
Right.
think about all the stuff that a male will intake from the time he's an adolescent on up, then you have this certain thing that, so that's why even to go on further, you might see a motherfucker out here, you know what I'm saying, or see a pretty lady out and he's mad because she dissed him or don't want to holler at him.
Yeah.
That's some shit, bro. You sick, bro, because you've been seeing all this stuff, bro, and you think you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just supposed to be automatic.
Yeah.
If that made any sense to y'all.
Oh no, it makes sense. Yeah.
And
No,
it's-
you hit it.
Yeah, but it is like it is definitely a double standard though, because a lot of
Oh, no
guys
doubt.
will throw stuff out there, and then you take a look in the mirror, and you're like, you have no room to be talking like that
no
at all.
room.
You know,
True story.
so it's like
Yeah. Shout out to Jill Scott is fine.
She's
I don't know
fine.
what they talk about. I
She's
love
beautiful.
Jill Scott. She's beautiful, and her energy,
that's what I was about to say.
her smile.
Yeah.
I love watching her smile because it like literally just lights up.
I would
her
automatically
entire
be
face.
attracted to that energy, if I was
yeah.
around her. That's
Like,
why I'm an energy person.
Exactly, and then there's nothing wrong with her body. She's just voluptuous. Like I love like
Yeah.
her figure. Like Jill Scott is popping. I don't know.
I
what
feel like
the problem
honestly,
was.
any person that has a problem with that is probably insecure
Mm-hmm.
themselves, and I feel like it stems from that too,
Right. Yeah.
Insecurity, because I feel like you're just kind of radiating what you really feel.
How you,
about
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. He just mad that Jill Scott won't give him a chance. I think that's all it is.
I think he would totally change his mind if he was around her.
Yeah, but I love her response to it too. Like she was like, "Oh, I'm trending again." She was like, "Okay, well, thank you." Like, thank you. And she said, while we at it, she shouted out like, justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for I can never pronounce her name. Her last name is I think Salin. It starts with an O. The young lady she was an activist and got murdered. Yeah, I can't. I'll never say her full name. Or like justice for Sandra Bland, but I don't want to mess it up either. But I like the fact that she turned that his negative comment into a positive, and it's like, okay, but we still fighting for justice for this, because especially at this moment in time, like we said, this is a time for us to be united. This is not the time for us to be tearing each other down, degrading one another. Like.
Man, what if we could bottle that class up and sell it, man?
I mean, right. Like, I don't understand why this is such a thing. And I feel like I talked about this in Bay Talk as well. Like, just, Black people degrading one another and, just mistreating one another. It has to stop.
It's crazy. With so many versions, so many different, I guess, shades of us, how can you even, you know what I'm saying, bro? If you don't like it, go somewhere else, bro.
Period.
Don't voice it. Put
keep it
another
to
person
yourself.
down.
Just keep it to yourself. Keep your
have to
negative.
say it.
You ain't gotta holler at 'em.
Like, you literally came out the woodworks. You came out of nowhere with that tweet.
Right.
She didn't ask for you. She didn't add you. Yeah.
Leave
Just
her
got
alone.
quiet. She just did her little verses,
Yeah.
And she's quiet.
She's
She
pretty.
good. Yeah.
True
So
story.
yeah, shout out Jill Scott. You fine, sir. Have a seat.
Yeah.
And then as the last one for Bay Talk is, my question is, why are men today so afraid to commit?
Because women have become the wolves.
What?
Would you like to explain?
Men used to be the wolves. The roles have reversed.
No.
True story. The roles have reversed. Women tend to show their teeth more. Yeah. So it is hard to commit. You don't know what a woman is really doing now, opposed to back in the day. You knew she was probably at home waiting on you to call. Now you don't know. Shit.
No, we're not doing that no more because we fed up.
We fed up.
Okay, so there we go. There we
No,
go.
I'm kidding.
It
No,
just
I'm
happened
kidding.
out of nowhere.
I mean, I don't think I will say, I don't know if it's just a men thing. I feel like commitment now is very hard for some people to grasp, which is why you say like, oh, well, women, we ain't the only ones now, because I do feel like in a way, like our generation, as we've all said, somewhat has a problem with committing. But I will say I see more men being afraid to commit than women.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out why. When y'all find out, let me know.
I think it kind of does have to tie into a lifestyle thing too. I
Yeah.
mean, nowadays it's so easy to get something and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people living in that cycle and being so used to just that everyday type of thing, or just lifestyle period. That's also becomes a struggle to be in a relationship and stay committed, because it's so it's so easy. Things are distractions. It's so easy just to let something go and move on.
Yeah, like they treat people like we treat each other like products, like
Right.
like
Right.
an
Like
option,
a
like
subscription or something.
yeah, like I saw something that said, like someone said before that people don't value people anymore. Like we're just like you have someone in your life, then the next day they're just gone, and you're completely fine with that, and you're cool and dandy. And like you said, I feel like it's men and women today that just don't want to commit, and I think it's more so like our generation is just. Everybody's just trying to have their fun. They're trying to do the hot girl summer. Everybody's trying to be a fuck boy.
No emotional. We don't,
City boy, city girl.
We don't emotionally connect anymore. Everybody
Yeah.
turned off their damn switch.
Yep.
So it's just a business. I just,
Right. Another issue is not being able to, or committing too early.
Yes.
Committing too early. Like if you know you don't want to be committed, if you know you want to have fun, just say it up front. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But see, here we go.
I understand emotions. I understand
Say it up
emotions
front.
build up.
We kick it up front, and then all of a sudden
It
we lying because
changes.
somebody before us was lying. So now we can't kick it authentically. So we got to make this up to kind of make you happy until you really understand. Damn, that nigga was telling the truth.
But I feel like women, for a good reason, have their defense up. Like
Yeah,
we go
I
through so
agree.
many, fuckboys that you got to go through a whole bunch of trash to get to like a bright shiny trophy. Like, but I feel like women, we have to go through a lot more trash than like men do. Like y'all.
So how do you fix that?
Shit, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to
That's
figure
what
out.
we
They're my own guidance.
trying to figure it out.
So when
I don't
anybody
know.
finds out, let me know, because I'm tired of going through all the trash. I'm ready to get to, who I'm trying to get to, or who
I
I'm
don't
supposed
know.
to
It
get
just
to.
But we don't
happens.
emotionally connect, and that is a problem. And
Yeah.
it's like you have to put effort into it, and into finding that person in a
Right.
relationship.
And you have to be honest with yourself too.
Yeah.
Be
Right.
honest. Just be honest. Be truthful.
In my time, what I've learned is that every relationship between a man and a woman is not to be, intertwined in that way. And I think that's where a lot of times we get lost. So we don't get to learn the opposite sex is better as much as we should. You know what I'm saying? Every woman you might get along with don't mean you got to screw her. You know what I'm saying? This might be a business relationship in the bud.
Yeah.
This might be a knowledge opportunity, anything. You know what I'm saying? A good friend in the time of need. And I think we have to start understanding, where we at in those situations.
Yeah.
Bro, if you don't know you don't really like her, don't fuck with her. Just let her go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Women, don't just run up on the dude that, you know what I'm saying? You done left somebody done left you, now you with somebody else, and this chain is just continuing. So
Yeah.
now your emotions and everything is fucked up.
Yeah.
8 months later, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, I guess it's a us thing too, because I mean, we can't hold men accountable
Yeah.
for all of it. I mean, yeah, they play a part in it. I guess we do too, because I guess at one point we got to kind of draw ourselves back and know that if that person playing games, then we got to go ahead and hit them with the 2-piece and go to separate ways. So. Millennials, we gotta get it together.
We really
just
do.
And we gotta connect more emotionally, like you said, because people just,
Yeah.
it's not even just in relationships. I think it's like friendships, just
Yeah.
people,
Mm-hmm.
period. Like no one just emotionally connects anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're so easy to discard people
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, because we feel like people are just not needed anymore.
Right.
Social media, I mean, I could turn you off
Yeah.
like I turn my phone off.
Yep.
That's
Crazy.
terrible.
That's so terrible. I mean, when you say that out loud, it sounds even worse.
It's sad. So we gotta do better. Especially now with this whole quarantine. I mean, why not, be closer to people and draw people in and, keep that going. But yeah, we gonna do better. So, hold on, James. Hey, what you got?
Today on Two Sides, I was struggling with a topic this week, and what I came up with, I want to speak about child support.
Okay.
So on one side, I think it is good that child support is there because it is going to hold some people accountable, and the people receiving, there are a lot of people that need it, single parents that need it. There are a lot of people that, that's just what it is. On the other side of that, though, there are people that don't need it, that'll abuse it, that'll misuse it. So I want to know, how can we bring that to the middle where it's beneficial for both, where if a person is signed over the rights, you can't go back and, hey, I need money, I need this and that. Or if you got somebody on support, or if they're just giving you money, why go and put them on support when they're already supporting you in real life without the paperwork? You know what I'm saying? So how do we bridge it and bring it all to the middle where it's beneficial for everybody? Is it a thing where we say, okay, well, put them on child support, but in 5 years, we're going to cut it off. So you got to better yourself in these 5 years. You know what I'm saying? You got to go take you a class so you can take care of your child on your own, and we don't have these issues, because at the end of the day, it's destroying us. It's one of the factions that's destroying us. It's one of the tools that they use to destroy us. So how do we fix that? You know what I'm saying?
That's hard. See, so I like the suggestion you gave though, I like the suggestion you get, use as them going to a class or something so they can learn to be better. Because I feel like a lot of men, they just automatically get upset about being on child support, or they got past demons stuff they need to work on. Right. So they need to go ahead and because whatever reason why they broke up. But child support, period. I don't know. That's a hard one.
It is. I mean, I was a single parent for 8 years, and I didn't ask for shit. But my thing was, if I ask you for something, I feel like it's gonna give you rights. You know what I'm saying? To something that you really don't want. So why even? You know what I'm saying? Put you and myself and our child in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if the other parent's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, period.
Yeah.
That, or you just don't believe that they are going to, then you go ahead and do what you feel like you need to do to take care of your child. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not about tit for tat, revenge. I'm going to use this to be malicious. No, I'm trying to make sure that me and my, ours is good at the end of the day. And I feel like as long as, I wish we could handle stuff without child support. If you just had a good person to speak that out with, and y'all can come up with an agreement, and y'all can work it out between the two of y'all, cool. But not everybody you have a child with. Right. Thinks that
it's not
way.
Reality.
Yeah, it's not reality. Somebody, one of them might be childish and don't want to deal with you in that way, and now you have no choice but to have that mediator or someone in between you two that's telling you what to do. Because I dealt with that myself for a long time, and people just have this bad stigma, and I feel like also the Black community just has a bad stigma on child support.
And expounding on that, that's where I even go any deeper, and that's where I take it to. We have to be able to support our own politicians and our own people in Congress or what have you, so we can come up with these rules, these programs to really help build these blocks and put us in a better position. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have somebody beefing over child support. We'll say, man, I gave you these 5 years. This is part of what you signed up for. You're supposed to take these classes. Now these classes, I'm not asking you to be a microphysicist or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking you to get some type of trade or something so you can support your own. So y'all can stop this friction, so we can have a real family. So you can get along with his new old lady or whatever the case may be. So the blended family can be in effect, and now we're starting to build up a whole community. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I don't know, I take it down a whole damn rabbit hole.
Yeah. I think education is key. And bringing it back to just people misunderstand or don't understand that. It's all about the child. That's where it all starts.
I always get lost.
Exactly. Once you lose that idea and it just becomes like a battle between the parents, and that's what it's all is going to be. And that's how it ends up. But speaking from personal experience as well, me and my baby's father, it was just toxic. I had to get rid of it, type of relationship. And he used to use her against me, and that was really hard, of course. Right. But as hard as it was, as uncomfortable as it was, as angry as I got, I did not go sign papers for a court. Everything that we did between ourselves. Literally, I sat down on a computer. I said, let's create this schedule, this calendar. Let's go by this. Did it always fall through that way? No. Right. There were times where we had conflict, and I would keep her or he would keep her when we weren't supposed to. But still, we didn't go to the courts. And I I am so glad that we didn't, because now we're at a place where we get along well, we co-parent well.
Right.
We didn't have to bring the courts in it. We didn't have to have someone else tell us where our child needs to be.
Right.
And now it's just, it works. And we don't even exchange monies, it only if it's something big. Like if it's something big, we'll go in the middle. But as far as like, if she's at my house, I got her clothes, I got what I got, you got what you got, let's leave it at that.
Yeah, that's growth. That's dope.
Yeah, I think it just matters. You have to really pay attention to the people you have children with, because I wish I was able to just work it out between me, like my daughter's father and myself. But in my situation, you know, not to put all my business out there, but it just wasn't a reasonable situation. Like at the time when we broke up, it wasn't where we could both be cordial and even speak to one another. It was literally, I come in the house, you know, from work, he leaves. Like it was just, we were just not talking at all whatsoever. It was just a bad situation, very toxic situation, to where I felt like I couldn't even get you to come watch our daughter when I needed to come to work, because he would do things to try to be petty and manipulative. So I felt like, you know, instead of doing this tug of war, fighting all the time, pulling my hair out, I just want to make sure Jordan's taken care of at the end of the day. As long as my child is taken care of, we are good. So I went ahead and did the whole papers thing and made sure we were set. Now, do I regret it like here now? Not really. I mean, yes and no. I never want to get, I guess the white man, whatever, you know, get them in between our stuff, because at the end of the day, that's something me and him sat there and decided to do and have that child. But I just didn't feel like I was speaking to a reasonable person at the time. He just was not reasonable to where I knew for a fact that Jordan would be taken care of.
Right.
And even at that time, I mean, there were times that I didn't have money at all. He still found ways to not pay, and I still wouldn't get money, and I'm over here trying to stretch $7 for 2 weeks.
Right.
To make
So
sure,
wouldn't it be dope if you can call in the Black People's Anonymous and be like, hey, man, this nigga over here, he don't want to take care of his
and
kid.
that would be
And
nice
they can be
too.
like, well, come on up. We got you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know, you part of the community. We got you.
Yeah,
We good.
yeah,
You know what I'm
That would be
saying?
an effective
And
action
that
plan.
would and like you said, or even have him like go to classes. Like, yeah, he might have been upset, but he could have went to classes, got
Right.
a better understanding
yeah.
of what the child support was really for. Because like I told him, I mean, the money you send me is for her. I ain't trying to wear none of her
Yeah.
clothes, the diapers. I can't
Right,
fit her
right.
diapers. Like this is for her.
But
It's
to me,
not
that
for
speaks
me.
that it was beyond her. You know what I'm saying? He was still, it was something
It
there
was
that he
something
needed to go
else.
talk to somebody about. So he needed,
Exactly.
on the other end, Black People's Anonymous, I need to talk, bro, because I can't, no, we can't communicate.
And there should be, speaking on that, there should be something for the women too, because
Yeah.
it goes both ways.
Yeah, no doubt.
Women, I mean, who
Get
get the
a-
child
yeah.
support, sometimes they do it just because they're
Yeah.
angry, and then use the money for other things other than their child. So
Right.
if there was something in place to where they can make sure that it's managed for the child, that would be better too.
That, like
No
an
doubt.
account for the child. Yeah, that would see. And then, like you said, a lot of women use that money for something completely different, not even for the child. And I
Right,
think
right.
that is wrong. And they should have a way to regulate that. But for the women that are actually using that money to make sure that the child's taken care of, like, I don't see why that, as the father, you should view that as a negative or a bad thing, as long as that money is being used for the right thing.
Yeah, I just want to eliminate the mess between all of us. That's my
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, and it makes sense. But like I said, you just gotta. That's where we gotta sit and make sure we having children with the right people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the people that really think logically, because some people just
Yeah.
don't, and they allow the relationship. Like some people feel like when they leave the relationship, that means
Yeah,
I
they
left
leave
the
the
baby
kid
too.
too. Yeah.
I
Like
left-
they just go away.
Yeah, so and that's not how it works.
Right.
So, I mean, child
tough.
support, it's tough. It's tough,
It
but it is
is.
a system that was pretty much built up
Right,
to
right.
continue to bring us down. Because for the most part, a lot of Black people or minorities, period, are on child support. So, which is sad.
It is.
It
I
is
mean,
sad.
I don't have kids, but I did grow up with a single mom, and
Yeah.
she struggled to put food on the table, and my stepdad was not paying child support, so it was like really tough for her to, like you said, sometimes like you had to make something stretch for a very long time,
Right.
and so to see that part of it, it's like, yeah, to some degree I do wish there was an extent to where she could get the stuff that she needed without having to do that. But
To struggle.
sometimes I feel like that's some people's only, way to feel
Right.
like they're doing something about, the situation that they're in. So it's really tough. But I don't want that to be something that holds back our Black men.
Right,
Because
right.
it does. Yeah.
I agree. Well, dang, it looks like we already, time is already running out. So I guess we're going to wrap it up. But would y'all like to hand out your social media handles?
Sure. So my personal Instagram is Cierra Javon. It's Cierra Javon, Javon. And then the business page, if you'd like to follow my fashion and my brand, is Nakeds with an S and Neutrals.
Yes.
That is it for me.
And she has some bomb stuff on there.
You know. Oh yeah, we're dropping some stuff soon. So August 1st, let me put a little plug in here.
Yes, go ahead and throw it in
August 1st, we're gonna be dropping some lounge tees, and we're also gonna be dropping some custom lingerie. Not lingerie, loungewear sets. So stay tuned for that.
Can't wait.
And my Instagram is _ Mae Dallas, and that's MAE Dallas. That's the best way to reach me. I do have a Facebook page, but everything I post on Instagram just goes on Facebook, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
So don't message me on Facebook because I'm not going to see it. DM me on Instagram if you want custom orders. I take it that way. My website is www.maedallas.com. You can see some of the things I design on there. And just for future reference, I will be creating a new featured artist page where I will have featured artists that I think are super talented and I want to work with, and we'll be doing collaborations on different pieces. So there's that. And then also I am dropping the emotional teas and affirmation teas to kind of just help with our mental health. I really want to speak on our clothing. By the way, I didn't go to school for fashion either. I went to school for counseling and psychology. So you'll see some of that in my clothing as well. So yeah, there it is.
Oh, shout out to that.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Well, anything, James? Any last words? Anything you want to share?
Justice for Breonna Taylor.
Man, for real, Justice for Breonna Taylor. Yeah, we just gotta do better. They need to go help arrest them because he over here chilling on the beach somewhere.
Makes me so angry.
Angry. Yes, but Justice for Breonna Taylor. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all
Thank
been
you
great.
for having me.
And we out. Bye.
Peace.